My name's Kish North. 2019 was my first heart attack. I've been diagnosed with microvascular heart disease. On top of that, I have coronary heart disease, but currently it's microvascular heart disease. Well, initially, because of the closure of my cardiovascular, the first time I was 100% and 95 in two of them. So they put stints in those. And then over the years, almost every year on a regular timing, I've had to get more stints. So I'm up to 10 stints now after 6 surgeries. Well, after that, they left it alone, and then I had to go in November, this past November, because I was having the same symptoms. A lot of pressure in my upper chest and in my throat. And they basically said, you actually are like the Iron Man in there. Every cardiovascular is full. They're wide open except one. One seemed to have closed up a little bit. So they went in with a new system. It's got little claws on it, and it opens up the cardiovascular area, and it lines it with this medicine and opens it up. So that's the last thing they did. And then when I talked to my cardiologists, 3 of them actually, I'm kind of getting different opinions. All 3 of them said, there's nothing else we can do for your larger vessels in there. It's your microvascular vessels. They describe it as they're suffocating. They're basically dying. And there's no cure for it. They can't go in with the smaller ones and put anything in them. So all 3 of them recommended EECP. All 3 cardiologists. It is unusual. One of them was basically, we don't make money by referring you, but we're here to help people, and we think that's what you should do, Kish. Whereas another heart surgeon up here at IHC in Riverton wouldn't recommend this. We mentioned it to him, and he goes, I don't know anything about it. My job's just to medicate you so you're comfortable. So you get different cardiologists that say different things, but 3 out of those 4 were like, you need to go and find one of these beds. It's a great question. I've kind of resorted, I'm a realist. I've got a heart that's not doing well, it's dying. Everyone's dying, but mine's dying quicker than a lot of people. So, I try to take the precautions to get my finances in order, my home in order. It freaked my wife out because when she was doing the research the last time, it said with microvascular heart disease, it's a 6 to 7 year stint. You're kind of done. So I'm already at 6 and 7 years. So she was the one that found this online, the ECP, and that's when the cardiologist, after he'd done the last surgery, was like, we mentioned it, and he goes, Kish, we were just coming up the elevator talking about EECP, because what happens is this is really big in Texas. It's not big in Utah. And a couple of these cardiologists came out of Texas. Texas got a lot of beds down there. Utah doesn't have a lot of beds. So they said, if you find a bed, you let us know. Searching on the web, a lot of stuff tries to creep in and say alternative medicine, right? But EECP popped up, and that's when she started investigating it and started trying to find out where this was, right? So I called, the 2 hospitals where I've had my surgery, and they're like, we don't have beds here. We used to have beds, we don't have beds anymore. If you find it, Kish, let us know. I think we were just blessed to be able to found this online somehow, and they were having an open house, and it just kind of rolled into place. The reason why I came in was, even after the last surgery, I still wasn't feeling good. I call it angina, the upper stuff in here. Compared to now, I was very pale. I just lacked the energy, things like that. So, it's a little spendy, but like my wife says, whatever we need to do to prolong your life, right? It's interesting, and unless you've had your heart touched, people don't realize that it carries an emotional toll on you. It can affect you emotionally, mentally, and in your positive outlook in life. So that's why some people just kind of give up. Some people don't care anymore, right? They let themselves go physically. They eat what they want. They're like, well, I'm dying anyways. I have no alternatives. Some people just say, wow, if I have another one, I'll just go to the hospital and they'll stint me up or open my heart and all those things. Last time I was there, I saw 2 patients with open heart surgery walking down the hall, and I'm like, I don't want that. But first time they went into my body, I never believed in depression. I never believed in, I just thought, I'm a red personality, go, 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 go. And after I come out of the hospital, I'm like, Anxiety became real, stuff like that became real to me. I never believed in it before. I thought, just fight through it. A little different when it happens to you. And it took me about 14 sessions, and basically the angina had gone. I don't feel it anymore. Not 100%, there's some days where I feel a little twinge in there, but compared to what I was like, apples and oranges. Just, obviously I take medicine the doctors give me, the 4 meds I take, which I'm sure help, but compared to day 1 to day 14, night and day. I feel better, I sleep better, believe it or not. I know it puts a lot of pressure. It's like running a 5-mile marathon, but I do it late in the afternoon at 3:30, 4 o'clock, and when I go to bed at 10, I sleep really good, which is great. It's nice being able to sleep good. Wake up at 5:30 in the morning, refreshed, and go about my day. Before, I would feel my heart would get tired in the day. So about 3, 4 o'clock, I'd start feeling that, and I recognized that's because my heart was tired. It was struggling for oxygen through the microvasculars. This, my perception is, and I'm not going to go in and get a picture, right? I'm not going to say, hey, go give me another angiogram so we can see the change, but I physically feel the change. From the 14th time to now, I feel great. Yeah, my boss, I spend 10 hours a day at the office. He's like, man, you look better, because I wasn't looking good. You get the pale on your eyes, lack of oxygen, skin color, stuff like that. Now it's pushing blood, and I'm getting it into my system. Obviously, the machine helps do that. It's a pain in the ass sitting there for an hour a day. I'm not gonna lie to you, bags around your legs, going up and down, What made it nice here was the nurse they have sitting here, the assistant, great to talk to, the people are great, so it kind of eats up the hour of your time, right? So that's always a plus, believe it or not. I'm excited to work with this company I'd love to help grow their business. I just would, because I have the connections with the surgeons. I can walk back in there and be a testimony to them, what happens, and to bring people here.